This is a series of videos. Please refer to the methods of stitches, ignoring the yarn color. Select the corresponding yarn colors in your material package to turn. Please refer to both the videos and the instructional brochure during. What about the contents of the material bag? A match is this plush ball. Then there will be a cane like this. Then we use this today. This light orange. I will tick this subject. Boneless milk carton. Then a 3.0mm crochet hook. Then we start stitching and the circular needle we talked about before. Stitching is the same. Here, we need to start the circular needle. 8 short needles. Then the left hand. This is the end of the thread. Right hand holding thread. Left little finger top. Wrap the end of the thread around your little finger. Turn the index finger around the middle finger like this. Do you see it? Then let's take a look. Little finger. From the palm of our hand. Turn your palms around here. Then after pulling it back, place it under the index finger and circle it back. Wrap back into the palm. Then wrap around your middle finger. Pinch it with your thumb. Then our crochet goes through. Draw the line on the loop above the middle finger. Then, put this coil. Hook it and lock it. After locking, a middle finger can be taken out. Then we are inside this big coil in the middle. Start with 8 short stitches. Short needle. Thread through the coil. Go through the coil and see if there is any. Thread in the coil. Draw the line. Then tick the 2 circles again. This is a short needle. Go through the line and come over. Hook to loops. Okay, so do short needles. See no to chevrons. There are 2 V shapes here, which are 2 short needles. 3 let's count. Let's see I take a needle. Good. 1 stitch. 2 needles. 3 needles. We buckle the marker buckle on the first stitch. Novices must buckle the mark. I almost forgot. Then after 3 stitches we crochet the 4th stitch. Draw the line. 4. 5. 6 good, we can pull this thread. This thread shrinks the coil a little bit. We have crochet 6 stitches now. 2 stitches to go. 7. -1 good. We can now pull this thread taut. Remove the marking buckle. Then take off the stitch of the marking buckle. And let's go through it. Hook this thread. Hook directly over the loop on the crochet hook. Hook the loops on the crochet directly. This is called a pulling needle. Do you see it? I have put this pin. It's too small here. Just try to get him. Titus, look. This is the pin I just pulled. Pull it as tight as possible. Then we hook a standing stitch. Direct hook line. Go through this loop on the crochet hook. This is a standing needle. After standing stitch, we are still in this needle. This first needle that we just seduced and pulled. Go through here. Then we put this thread on top of crochet. We're going to hide this thread in there. Good. After this step is completed, let's hook the line. Good. The coil must be loosened a little. Don't pull it too tight. This is too tight. We can pull it out a little bit, see no. The position of the crochet to this side is still empty. Relatively loose. Okay, we hook these two loops on the hook. Nice short needle. Then we are still in this needle department. Another short stitch. The thread is still above the crochet hook. Hook the line. See, he is very loose without this thread. Hook it up. What about here? We are in the first needle. Hook to short needles. What about this one of the standing needle? He's not a needle. On our side, we hook to short needles. Then we buckle the buckle in the first stitch. Did you see where I buckled? Okay, buckle up and hand in the buckle. Then, let's take a look at the first stitch. 2 short stitches on the face. Next we are in the second needle. Also hook to short needles. This is called a short stitch. Just add a needle in it. Still in the second needle. Then we start from the first second. It's hooked out of a needle. There are now 4 pins in total. The second line is all hooks and stitches. In all needles. We all want to hook to short needles. After hooking, there are 16 stitches in total. Let's finish the circle. After each needle is passed, what happens? We are all hooking. Two short needles. Well, after a few stitches are hidden in the thread on the back. Cannot hide? After hiding it later, we can cut it. Okay, we can take this thread on the back. Cut it. Then let's see. He's positive on our side. This side he is the opposite. Then let's wait a while and tick a few more lines. Look at the difference between positive and negative. Take off the mark. In this needle part of the mark buckle. To pull the needle. We're in. Okay, let's pull the thread out and hook the thread. Hook over the loop on the crochet hook to pull it tight. See this loop just on crochet. This coil has been pulled very tight. Very small. Okay, stand up again. After that, in the first needle. Or is it within the scope of our introduction? Let's make a short stitch. Then after we hook the short needle here, buckle the mark first. In order to prevent wrong buckle, let's put the mark on it first. To know. Buckle position. Then here is a short stitch and an extra stitch. One short stitch and one extra stitch. This pattern of repetition, according to our diagram above, a total of 8 repetitions. We now have a total of. A short needle has been hooked. Then we will hook to hooks in the second stitch. A short stitch is an extra stitch. Well, here are 2 short pins. It's like adding a needle to hook it. Then a short stitch. An extra needle. A short needle. An extra needle. A short needle. Add needle. Short needle. Add needle. Short needle. Add stitches for each row. If each row of needles is the same repetition, that's a total of 8 times. The brackets are all repeated ticks 8 times. Good. Then we tick here. We take the token off. It's still the same in the eye of the marking buckle. Go through the line and come over. Pull directly through the loop on the hook. Put this coil. It turns out that the coil is as small as possible. Good standing needle. It is still in the needle that was drawn first. Hook a short needle. Okay, buckle. The mark is buckled in the past. He has 2 lines. Good. Next, we have 2 short stitches and 1 extra stitch. 1 stitch. 1 stitch inside the next stitch. First needle I. The second stitch is 1 stitch. The third stitch is 2 stitches. The current rule is 1-1-2. The second is to add needles and then 1.